really big piece of accomplishing a goal is loving and accepting and leaning into the glide phase. Every accomplishment, every whether it's small or big, it should always be followed by some form of glide. It's a metaphor that I have brought forward many times within my students and with my clients, that when you are in an active role of accomplishing something, that can be, accomplishing right now yard work, it could be accomplishing a house renovation, it could be accomplishing a whole life's changeover, where you want and you need something and you're actively working towards that is the active movement. So the metaphor that we're going to go into is either the breaststroke component or a side stroke. So there's a lot of buildup, there's a lot of movement in that initial. You're working with your upper body. And again, this is a metaphor, but it's a really good one when you kind of bring in the focus of visualizing what and how much effort it takes to get that breaststroke or that side stroke energy. You're doing so much within the arms and the legs to move, to create that momentum on getting yourself moving forward. And it's an interesting component because within life, when we bring that energy forward, life's universal pull takes us and adds to that momentum that we ourselves are putting in, that energy, that effort, that focus. Then, and more than anything, and I'm going to say this, more than anything, that feeling of wanting to move forward, that sometimes we get addicted to the feeling of just wanting to move forward and we forget about the ever so crucial component of the glide phase. The glide phase is literally you've done all the effort, all the movement, all the energy into a compiled kind of important force. You're pushing it out into the universal laws, and you're now allowing whatever you have put forward to then come and add its momentum with you doing very little to nothing. And that's the phase that you kind of you replenish, you begin to come inward again, you begin to enjoy the process that you're on, because sometimes while doing that process is beautiful and amazing, it can also be noticing that there's these little fires, that there's these little points in your life that are going to, if you're not aware, going to inevitably push you backwards in your goals instead of enhancing you and allowing you to move forward. So when you do the breaststroke, you see the momentum, you see the power, and then you go into that forward propulsion and you wait, you hold, and you enjoy. If I'm being honest, so I'm a swimmer, I teach and have taught swimming. I've been a swimmer since I can remember, but I've taught swimming since I was 16. And that was a continuous piece that I taught my students is how much effort and time and energy you put into the pull. You want to put just as much effort and time and energy and love into that glide phase. Don't underestimate the glide phase. So that glide phase is where you literally go into and you just allow. And the allowing of whatever people will come into your life that want to continue to help you to accomplish your goal. It's the allowing of taking care of yourself and knowing that you've got this, that just because you're taking care of yourself, it does not mean that you're going to go backwards. If anything, it's going to allow you to have that next burst of energy for you to move forward even more, even in, taking that next stroke, making that next step. So it's a piece that I've seen over and over again within my own story, within the stories of my clients, my students, and it's something I think is important. And kind of, again, it's interesting how my teachings, or how my impromptu teachings, which is what these videos are, seem to be starting to create a little bit of a piggyback theme. So when we dive into our wants, when we dive into our needs, how do we begin to really lean into that process in a way that is creating space for ourselves and space for others to just do what comes naturally. Yes, we are going to put the effort. Yes, we're going to bring the focus. That's going to happen because it's something that we need. And if it's something that we want, it also gets activated by that energetic feeling momentum. Now, how can we also take time to really allow that gliding phase to be a part of that whole situation? And that gliding phase is the space. It's the space that is needed to begin to get you know, recreate or re-clarify, am I on the right path? Is it feeling right? Are people being drawn to this, meaning my family members, my intimate inner circle? When things are going in the right way, they'll be supportive, they'll be there, and they should be rallying up. There shouldn't be a lot of little fires going on because you're putting yourself or you're putting others on the back burner. And I'm going to say that again because I think it is important to repeat. You should not, there's that should word. You will not need to put yourself and to put the beautiful people that are there to support you, that love you, that want you to succeed on the back burner in order to accomplish a goal.